Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. This video, I've been posting a lot about dating on here, so I wanted to do this video to help at least give some foundational direction to those of you who are thinking about or just trying to get educated beforehand about re-entering the dating world. You know, and this is for people who are coming out of toxic relationships or even chronic or perpetual toxic relationships, meaning you're looking back and you're dating narcissist after narcissist after narcissist, or, you know, there's always just some level of extreme toxicity and everything is always hitting the fan, you know, and you just seem to not have quote unquote luck in the love world. But, you know, I actually don't believe in luck. I don't believe in luck, not even at the casino. I do believe in numbers and statistics and stuff like that. I do believe in applying yourself and making intelligent decisions or intelligent estimations. I do believe in probability. You know, I have an analytical mind like that. So I don't really believe in luck, but I do believe in preparation, like I said. So here we go with this video. I'm going to give you 3 dating suggestions here for your boundaries, because a lot of you may not be used to even setting boundaries in your life. And, you know, that's led to you or made you susceptible to being in those toxic relationships because you didn't know how to set and enforce these boundaries. Or, you know, if it's been perpetual, you may be like, well, what would that look like? What does it look like to set a boundary? Where should I start? Now, I'll just say this, more than not, boundaries are going to be pretty specific to you once we go down the list. But I thought of at least 3 general ones that I think that a person more than not would want to have as a boundary, no matter who you are. So I tried to think of some general suggestions for you guys for what at least 3 of your boundaries should look like or should be. Okay. Everything else, you know, is going to be a lot of times tailored to, you know, your likes and your dislikes and some of your experiences from the past. Okay. And, you know, what didn't work for you before that you know that you don't want to experience again. You know, someone might love to be with someone with children. Maybe you already have children. You're like, you know what? I like to date people with children because they kind of should already understand what that entails, as opposed to dating someone who don't have children and they may not really get it because they've never quite been in those shoes. And maybe they might have a level of selfishness or just a lack of understanding where, you know, they'll understand if you had to call off a date at the last minute because your child is running a fever and such and such. So you might say, you know what? I'm a single parent, and before I was dating people without children, and it just never seemed to work for me. And you know what? Maybe it's a boundary for me. Maybe I would kind of prefer to date another person that's a parent, and you know, we can eventually blend our family. I'm all for that, but you know, that should come with them having certain type of understandings from being in those shoes. You know, see, that's a personal boundary that I'm not going to put on my top 3, but I just wanted to give you guys a boundary that might be for someone. And then someone else may be like, yeah, I don't care if they have kids or don't, or, you know, they may be open to it, or you might be on the other extreme. I don't want to marry or don't want to date or get to know someone that has children. You know, I want someone that doesn't have kids like me, or you could even have kids and prefer it. You know, it really depends. So I didn't want to go into stuff like that because I'll call those gray areas. Okay. So I'm going to, you know, just go ahead now down my 3 general ones that probably, you know, that shouldn't be a gray area for anybody. Okay. If it's a gray area for you, maybe you need to reconsider that. All right. You might need to reconsider that. So before I go ahead and get started, make sure you guys are hitting that like button and showing support to this channel. I do appreciate that, and subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to hear more content like this, there's almost 600 videos here to help you, you know, be the best person that you can be, and understanding human nature and toxic relationships and healing from these things, and just psychology and a whole lot of topics. Take what you can to help you on your journey. All right, guys. So with that being said, here are the 3 general suggestions for boundaries, just general boundaries right here, you know, at the base of you setting boundaries, period. Number one on my list is abuse. They shouldn't be abusive. Of course, right? That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But in the past, we were tolerating abusive personalities. Now, what's abuse? I mean, it could be physical, it could be mental, it could be sexual, it could be psychological, it could be verbal, it could be financial here. Okay. So we're looking for things like people being selfish, being controlling, and just, anything that would lead to or allude to them being abusive. All right. So that should definitely be a deal breaker. You don't want to be with someone that's abusive. All right. The next thing on my list here is if it has to be a secret, it should be a no-go. All right. And I don't want you guys to confuse a secret with privacy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that, certain aspects of my relationship is just between me and my partner. Our arguments, our disagreements is not plastered on Facebook, nor should it be. Things like that, our intimate life, our sexual life, there's nothing wrong with having privacy. But if you're past preliminary dating and you guys are exclusive, why does it have to be a secret? Meaning to the people that they care about, especially. So I don't want you to confuse a secret with privacy. And I also don't want to confuse it with plastering. Oh, we went out on one date. Oh, we're going to tell the world. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, we're together because we went out on one date. No, that's going from one end of the extreme to the other. But if a person only wants to see you behind closed doors, we need to see that as a red flag. So oftentimes when someone is like that, they're either not taking you serious, they're not fully free, or basically they're with someone else, or they're not really trying to invest in you the way that they're telling you. So we should all know that what a person tells us could be different from what they're doing, especially if they're toxic. So we can't, be in this place of just still falling for what people are telling us. So be very... that should be a deal breaker there if you have to be a secret there. It's certainly a red flag and something that should be getting your attention, guys. All right. Because think about it. When most people are in love or most people are really feeling someone, they want to tell the whole world. You probably can't even shut their mouth. They want you to meet everybody. And then I want to just intercept here because there are some toxic people who will do that anyway through their love bombing. So, just be careful. There are some toxic people who get off on this and they just love the honeymoon phase of a relationship. And they're trying to actually be vindictive to the last person they were with. And we all know about that with the narcissist. So it's really going to take all your emotional maturity to understand. But usually, they're keeping you a red flag. Well, I just want to make sure we're good and strong before everybody else knows and all this other, sometimes they give you all these BS excuses here, like who are they trying to protect? Who are they living their life for? Because, it's more like, okay, I'm afraid of what they're going to say or what these people are going to think. Like, who are you living your life for here? And what do you really think of me? Do you believe what they believe? And that's why, you have to see, this is going to show you their emotional maturity as well. Or you're embarrassed to be seen with me, or their opinions obviously are going to be running our relationship from now on. So, it will it could possibly uncover some deeper issues as well at that point. If they are just so insistent on you being a secret, it's like, who are you trying to protect, or who don't you want to know, or who else are you trying to see at the same time while you're telling me it's all about me and you? So there's things, like I said, that can be going on here, when a person is behaving in this manner. So if you have to be a secret If y'all only meet at hotel, you're not even meeting, they're not even inviting you into their personal space. See, that's a part of being a secret as well. Like, we have to go out of town. We have to meet at a hotel. You can't come where I hang out. You can't go to places I go. Like, you see on their social media, they're always hanging out in this place. They never want to take you there. They're keeping you so separate from their real life. This is all a part of being a secret. All right. So just look for clues, and it could be even stuff like not ever really having real voice calls with you, or maybe only having voice calls with you because they don't want a trail of messages that could get back to the wife you don't know about or the husband that you don't know about. So, just really pay attention and using your discernment and your emotional maturity to try to gauge, hey, are they trying to keep me a secret? The relationship is to a stage where we should both feel comfortable with letting people know, yeah, it's none of your business, everything that going on in a relationship, but there's nothing wrong that yeah, I'm with this person, or yeah, I'm not a single person. I'm in a committed relationship, or, I'm partnered up with this person, or whatever you want to call it at that case. All right. So yes, if you have to be a secret, that is on my list for the boundaries. And number 3 on my list is inconsistencies. Okay. Nobody needs to be with the hot and cold. You're not coming in and out of my life when you feel like it. See, this is what the narcissists like to do, the cycle of abuse. And then when they feel like love bombing you again, they expect you to be open arms and even spread legs and all this other stuff. Okay. I don't think so. This is a controlling person. This is inconsiderate. Do they cherish you? Do they appreciate you? Do they respect your time? Because they just want you to be on their time. And what are they so distracted with anyway? What's more important that you have to keep being hot and cold? So I have your attention during the weekdays. I don't hear from you on the weekend. Or you're good for a month and then you're off for 2 weeks. Then you're back for a month and then these inconsistencies, they're red flags that something else is going on. And chances are it's another person, or they have some type of addiction you don't know about. Drug addicts, especially, they are notorious for having these kind of patterns. They'll come and be with you, and perhaps in their mind, out of respect, when they want to go binge on the drugs, they'll leave. And then when they're clearing their mind off of it, coming down off their high, and they come back and, they do this, So I want you to be very mindful about inconsistencies. You deserve someone that can be consistent. Can you keep your word to me? Are you constantly saying one thing and doing another? Do I feel these push and pulls? Are you blowing hot and cold with me? That's not good enough. We're not taking that anymore, survivors. We're not going to accept inconsistent people. All right. So I definitely want that to be on your list here for, at the foundation of your boundaries here. All right. So let's go ahead down that list again of the 3 things that I am suggesting for your boundaries in this dating world. And this could just be in life, period, honestly. But number 1, you're not going to tolerate abuse anymore on any level. Okay, any kind. All right. Number 2, if you got to be a secret, no, thank you. You know your worth, and that whoever you're with should be proud of you. They should be, at least mature enough and living them lives for themselves and be enough of an individual and actually be a free and clear person, be honest, and all these other things that could be wrapped up into them trying to keep you a secret. Okay. And number 3, we ain't going for the inconsistencies. No more blowing hot and cold. You got to be who you are. You got to be that consistently, not some of the time, but all of the time. All right, guys. So I hope that this is helping someone who's thinking about, how do I even set boundaries? What would that look like? There you go. There's 3 suggestions right there. And, hopefully you can take heed to that. All right. So if this video resonates with you, go ahead and hit that like button. You can check the description below for all of the things that I have going on, guys. I do one-on-one coaching. You can go to my website, lakiacrawford.com, and schedule your appointment. All right. I do voice calls. I do FaceTimes and Skypes. I do email coaching because writing is very therapeutic. And I help people with all types of topics, not just healing from narcissistic abuse. you know, when you're doing your shadow work on yourself, when you're trying to reach goals in your life, if you're trying to find some type of closure, or you need an outside professional perceptions, or, you know, someone else to look in from the outside of your situation to help you see the things that you're not seeing, to help you connect the dots, give you some fresh perspective, some alternatives, and, you know, tips on how to go about things, how to get through something. And the list just goes on, guys. So if you need that, you can visit my website for that. And you'll see all my other products, the books that I've written, the No Narc Zone merchandise, where you can make your fashion against narcissistic abuse and have fun at the same time. I have the free support group, guys, over on Facebook. That link is below the video. And I have created a second channel for my family-oriented survivors. It's simply entitled Lakia Crawford. I vlog my family life on there, and I will be doing parenting videos just like I do the self-help and the narcissistic abuse channel over here. It'll be more geared towards just parenting and raising children in those videos. So if you're interested in that, feel free to go below and click the link and join me over there on that channel. With all of that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. And what do I say at the end of all of my videos? Never give up on yourself. Continue to do the work. And until next time, please take care.